This is Gary Butterfield.
This is Cole Ross.
And this is Monster, my podcast.
And this is the Birdman.
There's a monster in my podcast.
The monster that was shot all in one take.
Or made to look like it.
Well, I know. I know.
Okay. It's actually, it's really interesting to look at how that movie was made, Gary.
Yeah. I also know that. I gotcha.
Gary,
I agree.
Just don't be so dismissive.
Stop dismissing Birdman.
Yeah. So this is Epticus avahomo, and these are awakened bats.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Little. They're called Birdmen. They're nothing like birds nor men. I don't know why they're called such. They're not huge or anything. Like, they're with wings and stuff. They're about a torso.
Right.
So pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
But they are, nasty bats who, in addition to kind of having super bat senses, they also can shoot sound like Banshee from the X-Men.
Yes. So as they're like doing echolocation, specifically creatures or demi-humans, is that the right word for Shadowrun?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, meta.
Yeah, like meta-humans with acute hearing, like they'll be blasted by the ultrasonic kind of like sonar.
Yeah.
Sonar bloops.
Yep. Other than that, though, like, if they're just on their own, they're just kind of curious bros. Like, remember those bats that used to hang out when the bard would hang out, play music around the fire, and those bats would come?
Oh yeah, well, like, those are like frisbees, the crazy floating discs.
Yeah, these guys are kind of like that. Like, they're just curious.
Yeah.
So if you're hanging out making camp, they just kind of circle around and check it out.
Yeah, like the primary text here says, they mostly just like feed on fruit. If they're curious, they're going to circle overhead, which is a problem because people misinterpret that.
Yeah,
like that,
because it's terrifying.
Yeah,
like, you start a fire, and these bats the size of a human torso,
are
circling around. Like, well, that doesn't seem good.
Like a 2 meter wingspan. Come on.
Yeah. Like, wait, it does. I don't know what that means, but it can't be like good luck. Yeah. It is. Their sonic squeals that they make hurt animals and metahuman and stuff, specifically dogs, which are driven into a frenzy.
Yeah.
By this thing, which I love that too. Like, there's a cool hook.
Yeah.
You have these things take up nests, near somebody's house. Their dog is acting really, really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And they bring in like a dog whisperer. They bring in like a Jackson Galaxy, but the dog equivalent.
This is Cesar Romero.
Yeah, Cesar Romero, who, well, not the guy who played the Joker in the old Batman things. Come on. But they bring him in, and he goes off to explore and ends up dying. So you get hired to go check that out, and there's a whole cave system or something with these things.
Yeah. And they're just they just took up habitation. Caesar Milan. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. I like the shadow talk for this section.
It's
as well.
very good because it is of the stripe that, like, these things are actually like more dangerous than you would imagine. Well,
and just it implies this like greater world. Like, somebody's like, hey, let's say somebody who isn't me has to go into like a corporation that uses these things as security.
Yeah.
Which is cool anyway.
Yeah.
That's cool to train these gigantic bats that scream you to death.
Yeah.
In security. And some people giving them hints, and then somebody just being like, if it's the place I'm thinking of, like, that, don't do it.
Yeah.
Like not just because of the bats, but like, you're going to run into some bullshit.
Yeah. And so they say, like, all right, well, I'll let you know how it goes. I need to stay away from flocks bigger than 20. I'll be back here in a week. And then the last the last two are like the last entries are just like the person expressing concern, saying like, hey, Tanis,
yeah.
And then a week later, Tanis, like, that dude's totally dead or captured.
That guy got killed by the bats.
Yeah.
I also like that when they bite you, they give you malaria, and then we get to this awesome description of malaria in Shadowrun terms, which it does 4L3 damage, which I kind of remember second edition damage, but it's not that much. It's been 24 hours, and you get cramps, blurred vision, and profuse sweating.
But sounds shitty.
It sounds like it should include diarrhea.
Yeah,
specifically.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, it sounds like you might get a case of agropelter ass.
Brought to you by our backers at patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv.